Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new REV'IT Outback 4-season textile jacket from REV'IT, available at RevZilla.com. So I may have summed it up in the title, but the Outback is the next foray from REV'IT. It's a big step forward from the Spectrum, which was a reasonably functional 4-season jacket. The Outback really now takes a flavor on the adventure side. I'm going to call it kind of adventure light. Still a 4-season design, 6 pockets, 6 vents, will cover you multi-season waterproof liner, but it's not going to be as technical as something like the Sand 2. So again, in that $300 to $400 range, you now have a slightly longer than waist length coat, which is going to be great for adventure light, sport touring, a lot of different riding styles that are going to see a multitude of conditions. Now, from a sizing standpoint, you can check out Buzzsaw to my left. 6 foot, 210, 44-inch chest. He's wearing a size large. It's what I'm considering the newer style tour fit from REV'IT, but as you can see, it's not baggy. It sits on his body really well. I'd actually be a size large as well, but that's because I have really broad shoulders. If anything, my frame's a little bit smaller, and I have a little bit more room to work with. Now, remember, too, you can stay up to date with all the latest gear reviews that we're constantly rolling out at RevZilla.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and the Outback's definitely over $39, so we'll ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees if you need to send it back if you're not sure about your sizing. Now, getting into some of the nuance, and there's really a lot going on here. You can see that it has a nice style to it. It's not a crunchy fabric. It's using a 600 denier main construction, and then you're using what they're calling a power shell wax in some of the impact areas. You see it on the back of the arm. It's just a different finish. The other thing that stands out to me really is the new restyling. This is a dramatically different flavor than something like the Spectrum that I mentioned before, which is very much a muted or more simple style. This has 4 or 5 main pockets on the front. You have 2 big cargo pockets, 2 pockets down here. You have a larger pocket to go into. And then when I turn Ed backwards, you're going to see the big rabbit pouch along the back. So again, you're getting a multitude of new storage options here in the Outback. Thinking about the ventilation side of things, when we get into that 6 vent design, we have 1 and 2 on the front. They're going to keep you cool in the summertime. A nice long zipper that goes down each arm. You can see the way it interfaces with the wrist here. And then when I turn Buzzsaw backwards, you're going to see 2 big exhausts along the back. So again, there's a lot going on. You can see the way that they've styled the shoulders with a different material in the impact areas. 3M Scotch-Lite panels that are placed strategically, but also have a nice style to them. And then again, when we get into nuance here with REV'IT, neoprene at the cuff, the 5-way adjustable snap, tricot liner, which is going to be soft. It's nice and fleecy against your skin. Let's turn you sideways, Ed. You can see the adjustment snaps along the biceps, flex panels back of the arm. Again, a lot of the comfort features that you expect from REV'IT because they've been doing this for the touring community for a long time. YKK zippers, the spring-loaded snaps that don't wear out. If we move Ed's arm up here, we see a single adjustment here along the arm to be able to take in some of the excess volume. Come backwards for me there, Ed. And then again, speaking to the back, 2 main exhaust ports, again, to get that great airflow out of the back of the jacket. And then we're also going to have 3M Scotch-Lite panels that come down. And then I did mention that the 6th pocket is going to be your rabbit pouch, which sits just below this panel as well. Now, I do want to make a note about the back protector. REV'IT's now using a new style CE-rated 2 back protector that would be the upgrade for the Outback. And that's going to be the Seesoft RV. And when you're looking at the product page at RevZilla.com, you want to look at the size that you're going to buy. And on that size chart, it should tell you what size Seesoft RV protector is going to fit and replace the stock foam pad that will come out of the box here with the Outback. Come back around to the front for me. Let's briefly show the guts here before I break it down on my table. Notice Velcro on the way down. You have a nice storm flap, this rain gutter to keep water away from the main convection zipper, which is also YKK, which is a weak point for water entry. And then as I zip it down, you're going to see the multitude of liners. We have a thermal full sleeve liner, and then we also have our Hydratex liner from REV'IT, which is your waterproof breathable layer. The nice part about the REV'IT gear is that if you're not thinking a lot about base layers, you're not thinking about mid layers, you're not thinking about your waterproofing, right off the rack in that mid $300 to $400 range, you now have a fully flexible multi-season jacket that will perform well dead of winter all the way through the hottest times of the summer with the great airflow that it promotes the new venting configuration. And you're not having to buy anything else. So if you want an all-in-one solution, this is a great option for those of you that are going to be doing multi-season touring with potentially a light stretch into the dual sport realm, depending on how you're riding. So now that we have the Outback off of Ed and here on the table, let's walk through a couple things that I neglected to mention. The first thing is that there are hand warmer pockets. And I think that's a nice feature that REV'IT started doing on a lot of their next generation jackets. Underneath the cargo pockets, again, cool weather, hop off the bike, you'd be all set. The other thing I want to mention is that there's a black version here of the Outback. And the black version goes up to sizes 5X and 6X and remains in the same cut. So for those big guys out there, you now have a great adventure option, multi-season, 4-season option that you can go to within the REV'IT range. Now moving into the guts, and I will tell you it'll take the Connect HV high-vis vest for 50 bucks that will attach onto the jacket. Moving into the interior, here's my DuPont Thermalite thermal connection or thermal layer. I'm going to pull it out for you, show you how it breaks down. Snap at the top. I've already done my left side sleeve, so I'm going to come over to here to the right, unsnap that, and then I'm going to pull it in here. I'm going to pull out from the inside of my Hydratex, and notice my red snaps. My red, there's a red and a black, so you can find it. It eliminates the ability, or eliminates you having them getting twisted when you're taking them in and putting them out. Again, it's just a well thought out feature. REV'IT's been doing this long enough that they're trying to make it more simple and quick for people to change the configuration of their gear. Because remember, you're multi-season, 4-season off the rack ready. So there's my DuPont Thermalite. I'm going to toss that. And as I open it up a little bit further, here's my style destination liner, which is my Hydratex. Notice I have a 7-inch connection zip built into this as well. Thermal fleece at the top, or not thermal fleece, but just a microfiber fleece so it's not going to chafe. I'm going to take my short connection zip, I'm going to open it here. I'm going to go across the top. There'll be a single snap at the top along the collar. Go to the right side. I believe I have unsnapped my left side. My right side should not be done. And again, I've unsnapped my right. If I do it, you're going to see, again, it's red. And then there's the black side. 2 snaps, they're both looped, but again, so you can keep them straight, it'd be much easier. As I pull my Hydratex lining out, here's my liner. It's styled, it can be worn standalone. It's one of the nice benefits you get here with the Outback. I'm going to pull it, I'm going to drop it. That is my waterproof breathability. Moving into the guts. Here's my 7-inch connection zipper that will go with many of the REV'IT pants, if not all of them. It's a Vislon YKK zip, heavy-duty stuff. Notice we have pockets, mesh lining meant for comfort. And then some of the other key things I want to home in on, besides the niceties around the comfort features, is you have 2 more options. First, you have the Hypercool Challenger vest, which is an evaporative cooling vest. Watch a full detailed breakdown video that I have on these. You dunk these in water, you zip it in, you open up your vents, and basically you're going to be able to have evaporative cooling, which for 6 to 10 hours keeps you cooler than normal while you're riding. The other piece I've talked about is the Seesoft RV, which is REV'IT's new CE Level 2 back protector upgrade. Remember, based on the size jacket that you're purchasing is going to denote what size Seesoft RV you're going to get. Multi-layer, different plies, temperature stable, CE rated level 2, and this is going to replace the stock temper foam pad that comes. Notice it's even ventilated. We're happy to see REV'IT go down this line and offer a more economical version of a CE level 2 that's not the SASTEC, which they used in some of their Gore-Tex gear. So keep that in mind as you're rolling through the line. If you have any questions on the Outback, on the fit, features, positioning, how it works. Remember, it's that 4-season ADV light jacket that'll work in just about any riding scenario. It really does the styling speak to you. Shoot us a line, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Remember, click right here, stay up to date with all of our latest gear reviews on YouTube by subscribing to RevZilla TV. Remember, any order over $100 is going to earn TeamZilla cash to be applied to your next order by continuing to shop with us. Find the REV'IT Outback jacket at RevZilla.com/REV'IT. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.